Hello, Assalamualaikum. Uh, can you hear me?
Waalaikumsalam, dengar doktor.
Okay. So sorry for being a little bit late. So let's move on to the material. Let me open the lecture. So I think I'm gonna touch a few things, maybe from chapter 4 a little bit, and also chapter 3, and lastly chapter 5 on repetition. Okay, so I know I've not shared my screen yet, so let's do that. Entire screen. Okay, can you see my screen now? Okay, so yeah. So which one is it? Selection, introduction. Okay, maybe a little bit on this introduction stuff. I guess all the way towards the end. Yeah, let's do this thing. I'm gonna copy this thing and one program is let's paste it here. Yeah, I think you can also do the same thing. So and let's run this this thing. So this is using IOmanip, which is good for presenting your work or your output. This is organizing your output. Last time we used the that /t for tab, so we can use that as well. But if you want to be more sophisticated about it, more advanced, you can use IOmanip. You have to include IOmanip and then use a couple of things here. So in this, when I run this code, it'll ask for 3 input. So an integer, a dollar amount, and a character. So character to aksara. So we have to differentiate them with a space. So like integer, apa number nak letak? Katakan 46 lah. 46. So 46 is an integer, and then give it a space, dollar amount. Berapa ringgit nak letak? Tekan 250 lah, 250. And then another space, and then a character lah. Katakan that character is a P, a big P. So then the output from there will be number 46. And then the RM blah blah blah, and the aksara or the character P. So if you go through here, on the left side, that P is actually a letter, and the identifier is letter, and the data type is character or char, and then a number. I guess this 46 is a number. And then that number is an integer, so the data type is int, integer. Whereas the ringgit, the currency value is 250, and we have 2 places for the sen, for the sin, and it was asking for a dollar, but we give RM. That's fine. I remember when I was in America, some among us will say how much that thing, berapa rial ataupun berapa ringgit, when actually is supposed to be in dollar, US dollars. But anywho, we know the meaning is the currency, the currency amount. So see here, if you focus on the question is please enter an integer, a dollar amount. So this one did not have a /n or ENDL, so it will sambung, it will continue. So the next one is a dollar amount and a character. So when after the user has input those values or those information, so the way we use cin will go in that accordance, in that sequence. So number, and then the next one will be amount. The next entry will be the letter. And then we have this thing, cout. It's not really printing anything except for this one, there's empty space between the double quotation mark. And then here we set to print out the number, and then we have this thing called set width 6. So meaning there are 6 spaces for us to print number, and I guess the number will be from right to left, So you'll fill in the right first, Okay, and then at least that's what it seems. Okay, and then the next one we'll do is, so there is no ENDL or /n over there, so we'll continue on the same line with the cout set fill with this thing, the star or the multiplication symbol, which is the star or asterisk, and set fill with those values, and set the precision of the next values to be 2. So meaning there's 2 decimal places, 2 decimal places for our currency, and we want that to be fixed. No matter how many more decimal places that you have, but we want to fix it to just 2. And then on the same line, we'll print the word RM, then set the width after RM to 10, and then amount. So this amount will have 10 spaces, 10 spaces, or 10 boxes for it. So if you count the 250 from the send, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, after the RM, you have 10 spaces, including 1 for the decimal point. Okay. So, and then the last one, okay, to set the space between the currency and the next letter. So you have the set fill, this thing with the single quotation marks, and there's just empty space there, and then set W to 3. So we have 3 places for the letter, and then the letter itself, and then ENDL. So we'll go to the next line. So return 0. So if I If I copy this thing, I copy this, copy, and maybe before the number, you paste it over there, and then don't forget to have that thing. So I run this. So again, put the pretty much the same thing. Then say a big K. So for the first one, you have the 6. We set 6 places. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So the empty space will be filled by the asterisk or star. All right. So any question on this? Okay. We can make use of this information or this thing in our future work. Our future work. Okay, the next one is selection, I guess. Selection, or maybe just repetition. Repetition. Yeah, repetition. I guess we have done while. I guess in our last class, in that exercise for the shopping thing, we have a while loop. Okay, we can have do while also here. I guess is this. So we have done this. Maybe do while. So this is okay. We can also try this one. This is okay. Kind of cool thing too. We'll see why it is cool, because it makes use of the Boolean. I don't use Boolean that much, but I think it's good to also know how to use it. So like data types, there are many. We see here character, and we have done with float and also double, and definitely another one is bool. So bool, and that is the data type, and this found is the identifier lah, atau variable that we use, and we set it or initialize it to false. So bool ni, I think there are just 2 state for bool, either true or false. So down here we have that same data type. I mean that same character identifier set to true. So but initialize it with false. So dia kata sini while found, not found, and found is false. So not found is maknanya true lah. While true. So if true, atau as long as it is true, we will do this thing in between the curly bracket or braces. So ask you to enter a letter, press X to stop. Okay. And then cin letter. And then if letter is exactly X, and in this case a lowercase x, so we return the value for found to true, so true, and then cout stop. So when found is true and not found becomes a false. So when it is false, so it will stop. So let's run this thing. Okay, enter a letter, say L, M, N, O, N, anything. You can type anything. How about X? Still going, even if I type X, because in this case, I need to stop. I need to have a lowercase X. So then only it'll stop. So if I want it to be either uppercase or lowercase, so I have to make alteration here, copy that, then use the or sign, and then paste that and include uppercase and uppercase X there as well. So now if I run this thing, so if I put U S A, then I put a big X, and it will stop. Okay, boleh? Ada question? Any question?
Boleh, boleh.
Boleh, Malaysia boleh. Alright, that's the spirit. Alright, what else do you want to see here? Yeah, I guess we can also EOF control. I'm not sure what EOF means. End of something, end of file. The loop stops when the system detects the end of file. Apa dia? Want to say something? Okay. By pressing Control Z on the keyboard. Control Z on the keyboard. Okay. Let's try this thing. This will be interesting. So copy that, and I'm gonna replace all this thing. Okay, let's try this thing. Run it. Enter a number, say 3, 6, 1. And then if I want to stop, Control Z. Okay, not really that. I guess have to put this symbol and also Z. Okay, Control Z. So pretty much just type in that symbol and a big Z. Okay, can I use small case Z? Ataupun sepatutnya you can use your keyboard. I don't know why it doesn't work here. So let's say 15, enter 12, and then Control Z. Tak boleh, tak jadi. So I guess have to put this thing, this symbol, and also the Z. Okay, so 15 plus 12 is 27. Okay, so basically, so you can try this thing as well. So why is that this the case? So here, if you look into the code, we declare and initialize n equals 0. N is a integer, and then we have a float for sum. So actually, we can also say this is a integer lah. I guess it's not wrong if this is also an integer. So, but sum is basically from the Saya rasa kalau ni integer pun tak ada hal. int, and then we'll print this thing, this statement, enter your numbers, and then while cin is greater than n, while cin is greater than n, which is 0 currently, so we'll keep on updating the sum. You'll keep on updating the sum using this information, this style. And then we'll after that loop is okay, just one line over here for the while loop. So there's it doesn't use the curly bracket there because of just one line for the statement. And then we'll just do the sum after it comes out from the while loop. Okay. Okay. Yep. That is the situation. Okay, so we can run this again to see if integer is also good. So say 51 and -6. So it's supposed to be 49. Then the symbol z, 45. Oh, not 49, 45. So boleh faham? I think this is straightforward. Nothing so so canggih about it. Okay, the next one, last time, especially last semester, when we have a question that required the student to use while loop, I saw one or two students use this thing called do while. Instead of while loop, it does do while. So this is the flow chart for it. So the format is you have the word do, or the command do, then the squiggly bracket, and then the while bracket. While statement is outside of the or after the closing curly bracket or braces. Okay, so we can try to copy this thing. Then let's go here again, paste it here, and then try to run this thing. So so let's see. This is pretty much just like a while loop, but we can have the word do, and then the bracket of what it is supposed to do, and then what I'll do is just do until you find a stopping criteria. Okay, stopping criteria in this case is any number between 10 and 20. So let's run this thing. Run this bad boy as they say it. Okay, so to enter to stop, enter a number between 10 and 20. So like if I put 5, it'll keep on going. A 9, keep on going. So once I put a 10, it'll stop. It will stop. So same thing if I put so 15, it will stop. So if I change the stopping criteria to this, so if I put 10, it won't stop. 20 also won't stop. So when I put 21, it will stop. Right? 21. Okay, 21 is still good. So once I put 19, it will stop. Okay, so to stop is between 11 to 19. So to stop it is between 11 to 19. Okay, this is easy, pretty much just like while loop, but instead of having the while on the top, you put while at the bottom of the loop. Okay, any question? Ada question? Ada question, kita pergi pada for loop lah. For loop. Okay, for loop ni, especially if you already know for loop ni, I guess it's based on the while loop also lah. Based on the while loop, but then you change a little bit. So this is the flow chart, and it's pretty much like that. And so let's see if we can copy something. Okay, maybe I can create something. Let's create something that will count up. So to do that, we must have the counter. Okay, maybe so we pretty much use for, and then we have the parentheses. So I guess we do not have to initialize a over there like that. We just have to declare integer a outside, or maybe even if you can try this thing. If we declare the integer a inside here also can, I guess. So integer a, we want to start it, say at 0, ataupun okay 0 lah. And then we have the semicolon, and then the stopping criteria. Maybe we want to stop as long as a is less than or equal to 10. And then we want a to keep on increasing. So we have to put that like that. Okay, then cout. So this is round. We say round number. Okay, we can do that. Round number. Then we say cin. So round number. So this is cout also lah. So this is another cout. Or we can put in the same here lah. Yes, we can also put round number a plus 1. Okay, round number a plus 1, and then ENDL. So This one you can actually if only one line like that, I guess we do not have to have the curly bracket. We can just be like that. So let's run this thing, see if it likes it. So you see we can declare integer inside that. So here a, we treat a as a we treat a as a counter pembilang. Okay, so do not use I lah. I know in a lot of books, even in our notes, they use I and sometimes J. Okay, I like to emphasize here. Usually you avoid I and J and also K, because IJK is sometimes used for something else. Like if you learn about complex number, so I is for imaginary component of complex number. Sometimes even J, or maybe for vector is referring for the Y component, I, J, and K, something like that. So avoid those kind of things. So if you want to use the counter, if you want to use I like that instead of just single I, you put double I lah, double I captain. Okay, so this is acceptable. So this is my way. I guess when I was a student, this is what my professor taught me. So I guess it makes sense. But you'll see a lot of sources out there that just use I and J like that, but I think that can cause some problem. So if I change the starting point, say from 3, so it'll be starting from 4, so kita plus 1, so 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I hope you understand. So basically 4 is a improvement from just using while loop. So here we have incorporated the starting point, ending point, and we also put the information that this thing will be increasing. So we can also count down. Say I want to start from 10 and stop when this thing is 0. And this thing is 0. So in that, so 0. So in that case, that one you must be decreasing. So if I run this, so it'll start from 10 and down to, so maybe I can delete that. So I'll go from 10 down to 1. Okay, so it's very interesting to use this kind of thing. Yeah. Any questions so far? Tak ada? Tak ada, okay. So, macam letih bunyi, tak ada bunyi pun. Okay, the next part, okay, the next part, we will continue talking about that on Monday or Tuesday for you guys. And Tuesday we'll go 3 hours straight because the end of the week, I guess on Friday, next Friday will be Labor Day, holiday, and plus most of you guys are going back to your hometown anyways for the break. So I guess I want to go to some. I want to go through some example that is more mechanical lah. You guys are mechanical, right? BMKU. Betul?
Yes,
Hello guys.
Betul.
Yang buat malu je, yang buat leceh. Mechanical kena ada contoh mechanical sikit lah. Mana ni tak muncul. Mana ada P? Okay, sekali. Ni dia. Tu dia. Dia mai dah. Okay, so this example, this kind of thing you will learn in third year lah. I guess there's a couple of third year students in our section. Maybe you have taken this thing, or you are taking this thing in mechanical design, as well as mechanical design, and also in the fourth year, final year, if you are lucky, you can take this as a elective course. Okay, so what is that all about? In a lot of machineries, there will be a lot of mechanism, things that make the engine work. So a lot of moving components inside the machine, and one of the ways to have those motion or those movement is by using linkage mechanism. Okay, maybe if I show you some example. So, but this example might not be intuitive, but it's just like working with lines and things like that. So, but I can assure you, we actually have that a lot around us in a lot of machineries or household items around us. Education. And so are you guys taking CAD this semester? Computer aided design?
No.
No, not yet. Okay, so Onshape. On. Actually, yesterday I already did this example, but let's do this example again. Kita buat example again. Or maybe I can do another example. Go to create document, and this one apa nama ni? Slider crank CPP C++. Okay, in this case I want to start a sketch, and I want to pick this apa nama ni? This plane to be my drawing surface, and we can start drawing lah, I guess. Work unit kita boleh set sini in millimeters or whatnot. Let's just accept that, and then can over here, so can start drawing lah. So to draw that, maybe I can use this line, start from the origin, draw something like that freely. Okay, draw something like that. Okay. Yeah, hit escape, and then I can draw a box. Okay, from there. All right, sounds about right. And then the next one is I want to set the dimension. So say here I want it to be just like 15, and this one maybe make it 60. Okay, and this one to here, I guess make it 20. Okay, so this part also I can specify some, maybe make that a 10, and this one also a 10, doesn't matter. Yeah, what I've just created is called slider crank. So I can move this thing like that. Ain't that cool? You think it's cool? Oh, rasa sejuk tak? Okay, so kat mana kita nampak benda, mekanisme macam ni? So ada macam dalam engine awak nak merempit malam ni, ada kaki rempit sini. So we can have that, like that will be something inside the engine for engine piston engine. So this is the piston, this is the connecting rod, and then this is the archie ankle. Archie apa? Archie ankle. The crank. Okay, so that is the situation. Tapi ini ke bawah. Alright, so back to our, we can maybe create another line here, which is horizontal. Okay, we can measure this ankle, the input from here to here. Say that input is katakan kita buat at 60 degrees. So this one will be our input. So we can get the output. The output will be this thing. Output will be, this is theta 3, and this will be R4. This will be R4. Okay, so ni dua ni is the output. So this one will be the input. So if I change this to 75, so these two will change values. Okay, boleh faham? All right, let's do the calculation. Before you get bored. Yes, maybe you have already got bored, but hang on, hang in there, people. Okay, so let's try to solve that problem. I will do a lot of calculation here. So how do we do this? So over there we can later on, maybe for next week we'll get to use the for loop for this case. But for now, I guess I'm gonna just delete that, and okay, and then yep, let's start doing this. So we have to name stuff lah. So I'm gonna yeah, maybe move it over here and make that on one side. So we have to use this terminology lah to try to solve that using our C++. So we have this is R1, R2, R3, and over here will be R4. So we have to define what we can. So I'm gonna say yeah, what should I say? Maybe we can say those panjang-panjang tu is so we can declare double R1 and we know the value of R1 is in this case is 20 20, okay, 20 and then comma R2 is like 15 comma and R3 I guess we set it at 60 and then R4 kita tak tahu. R4 is something that we like to find out, and same as theta 2 kita tahu theta 2 is currently is at 75 and then we have theta 3. Okay, theta 3 kita tak tahu. Okay, any question so far? Okay. So all these of the double data type, some of it we have initialized, some we do not know. Like in this case, R4 and theta 3 are unknowns. And what else? What else? Okay, so yeah, I guess that's about it. And so we can start calculating lah, since we already know, and we can try to get theta 3 lah. Theta 3, we can calculate that. Before that, we can also say theta 2 we declared over there, but we can also ask for the input. Okay. Now letak situ pun boleh ya. Okay. Betul lah. Just put it over there. So theta 3 we can find it. So here we have sine and also inverse sine or arc sine. Inverse sine or arc sine. ARC-SINE. So the arahan, the command is a sine, and the output from a sine is in radian. So we're gonna have to change that radian. So we put that like that, and then what I'll do is to have the input. So we have the top part and also the bawah, the numerator and denominator. So the numerator, I guess, is just R1. Okay, I'm gonna use the bottom one here lah. R1 or negative R1. Negative R1 and negative R1. And also another minus R2 times sine. Then we have that theta 2 lah. Theta 2. Okay, actually we need another bracket lah. And then divide that by R3 and then another bracket. So once you add bracket, make sure it'll highlight with a very faint box. So make sure everything is closed. You have open bracket, you must close it. Okay, so and then don't forget the semicolon, and then you can go ahead and calculate what R4 is. R4, you can also calculate if that is correct. So R4 will be negative R2 times cosine. Then you have that thing, theta 2 lah. 2. Then you have the tolak R3 times cosine theta 3. We just calculated theta 3 up here lah. All right, and yep. Okay, so don't forget the semicolon, and then we can print this thing out lah. C out theta 3, and we actually want the theta 3 to be in degrees lah. Theta 3, so we theta 3, and maybe we put degrees there. Degrees. ENDL. And then we have the same thing here, like copy, paste, and then we have R4. Like, this is R4. This is R4. And apa unit ni? Say mm lah. Mm ataupun apa lah. Alright, let's run this bad boy. Okay, so dia kata error lah. Error dia tak kenal sin ni apa benda. Sin lah pula. So what we'll do is actually dia tak faham sin because the command sin and asine, sine and asine and also cosine is not available in IOStream. So you need to add something lah. Add something here. Include. In this case, include CMath. 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 Okay, and then you can run. So if you go back to Onshape, mana dia? Onshape, on. So our theta 3 is supposed to be about 35. This is negative actually, negative 35. Then R4 is 52. And see here, this is nowhere near the result that we want. Yeah, the nampak negative ni is already good, but it's not the value. At least this is not in degrees. What is this in? It is actually in radians. Radians. So here it means that we have to do something lah, to change radians to degrees and also vice versa. So we can do something. We have to do some conversion. Conversion. Angle conversion. Conversion. Angle ke angel. So we have to, maybe we can use define pi, berapa pi? So you have to find what pi is. Pi value. Okay, betul lah ini. This value copy susu. And then just paste it there lah. Pi value. I think we do not have to. I guess this is one way to do it. Okay, so it doesn't have any anything that is not angry with us. And then another way to do it is to define this as a constant. Say we have a constant called D. Okay, the type is double, and the identifier is, I call it degrees to radians, and this must use the equal sign. Pi radian is equal to 180 degrees. So degrees to, so we have to put pi on top. Pi bahagi dengan 180 lah. So this one, I think we need to have the semicolon. And then another one, copy that. Is this one kita terbalik kan, benda boleh terbalik, radian to degrees, ni pun kita terbalik lah. Okay, 180 divided by pi. Okay, so here when we do this conversion thingy, notice that the theta 2 here needs to be tukar lah, tukar to D to R, kita kena darabkan. And then the output from the A sign thing. So here you have to tukarkan R to D. Okay, so I hope you understand why we do this. So this one will be in degrees, in degrees. So degrees, so ni pun dalam degree, currently theta 2 is in degrees, so we have degrees to radians. So theta 3 is also going to, it's already output in degrees. So we also need to convert it back to radians, and D to radians, D to R. Okay, D to R, R to D. Okay, I guess that's about it. So now let's run this thing. So we have this negative 35 is correct, but this one is not correct. Not correct. So to look back at this, so negative. Okay, so this is actually a positive lah. So equation ni pun salah. Salah. So I have to improve that. So this one is actually positive. Positive. Plus. So now if I run this, this is correct. This is correct. So if I go back to the slider crank, if I change this to 60 degrees, so this one changes to 33.356, 57. So go back to this one and change the input to 60 degrees here. Run. So we have a negative 33.356 and 57.6162. Yeah, so this is correct, and so I guess that's about it that I want to share. Where is the so I'm gonna stop sharing it now. Are you guys still there? Do you have any question? So this is the kind of thing that we'll be doing next week on Tuesday and also Monday for the other class section. And where is Pew Pew here? Mr. Pew Pew? Siapa Pew Pew? Ada tengah tu.
Google Note.
Hah? Dia punya itulah. So I guess dekat your WhatsApp name you put lah one name yang saya boleh cari lah. Kalau letak nama tenuk ke apa, pintu ke, macam mana saya kenal. Itulah. I hope you have fun, and we'll do pretty much the same thing on Tuesday. So I'll assign another homework, and I'll be on this topic and about this example or this topic of mechanism for that we use as our example. Okay. So I wish you guys have a great weekend, and inshallah we'll see you on next week before you go to your semester break. Assalamualaikum. Have a good one.
Salam doktor. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
doktor.
Thank you, doktor. Salam.
Thank you, doktor.
Thank you,
You're
Doctor.
welcome.
Sayang doktor.
Okay. On the topic of repetition, and I will share my screen. Okay, let's get back to this one. So, so if I change the theta value here, and theta is the input, and what we'll get is this one, and we can check that over here. Let me reconnect with that that file. Double click on that and make changes in this problem where this model, instead of the offset going down, I make the offset going up. So here, when I change the input angle to 60 degrees, we have a positive 6.79 for theta 3, and for the R4, is 67.09, and that concurs with the calculation here. So in terms of the formula, I use this version for R4, where R4 is equal to R2, theta 3 is equal to a sine, arc sine R1 times sine of theta 1. So the plus or minus of R1 will be determined by this angle theta. So if it is pointing up here, so if the offset is upward, meaning the angle is 90 degrees. If the offset is downward, angle is negative 90 degrees. Okay, so that's how we control the plus or minus. All right, how do we repeat this thing in other cases? For example, we have to identify which is the input here. The input will be theta, theta. So we want to be able to vary theta, vary angle theta from maybe 0 back to 0 to 360 maybe. So okay, so we can do that by, so maybe we do not have to mention the, initialize the angle there. We don't have to initialize theta 2. Okay, so maybe here we say C out, then we have this thing where we set a few things, maybe C out maybe we can use IO manip if you want. So C out maybe set W, set W, maybe 10. So here we put this thing, theta 2, theta 2, then theta 2, give some gap, I guess. Okay, and then I guess we can copy that. Okay. Or maybe we can do on the other row. So this one will just continue in one line. Then lastly is okay, maybe the whole thing. Copy. This one will be R4. R4. And this last one will be ENDL. ENDL. So let me put this 60 back here. Okay, just run this thing. Okay, so doesn't know this set W. So we need to include IO manip. Include IO manip. Okay, I guess that should settle it. Okay, so we will have something like that. Okay, and then maybe we can have some line ENDL here, ENDL, and set 30 plus 2, so maybe 32 here, 32, and this one you want to have this one. See how it will look like. Okay, so that one you need to use fill. So to open this back, so I don't remember. So lecture, I guess introduction to C++. And go all the way to the last, I guess, last part of it is this one. So this one will be set precision, not that one, set fill. So I'm not gonna need this one, set fill. Copy that. Set fill is the thing that I was looking for. So paste there, and then use this one, equal sign, so like a double underline. So set fill. Okay, so it doesn't go all the way. It should go to the next line before printing theta 3, but it doesn't. So it doesn't go like that. So I'm gonna copy that, paste over here, and right here I'm gonna put \n. So let's see if that one will work. So I guess it does. It does work. So I guess I need to increase this to maybe 33. So 33 is, I guess, good enough. All right. So what I'm trying to do is to set up the the kind of like row and columns. And so we have three columns, theta 2, theta 3, and theta 4. And now we're gonna have a few rows. Okay, so how do we? So this one I'm gonna comment this R2 and theta 3 and theta 5 and R4. So those won't be printed that way. So what we're gonna have is instead of having the theta like that, so I'm gonna have to do something like this. So I'm gonna see when we are going to do the loop or the loop. So I'm gonna have to use the for loop here. So I'm gonna use an integer I starts from 0, and we want to end at exactly 360 per mnemonic equals 360, and I will be increasing every 10. So this one will be increasing every 10. Okay, increase by 10. That way it will increase by 10. So then we have open and close, and we're gonna have this part cut and paste over here. tab a little bit, and so I guess every time we have theta 3 and theta 4, we can print those out. Okay, theta 2. So here I guess I'm gonna say theta 2 will be assuming the value of II. Theta 2 will be assuming the value of II. Hopefully this one will work, but let's also put this part. So I'm gonna copy and paste it over here, paste over there, and give it a tab. So what this will do, we want to print the value theta 2. This one is theta 3, not just the label, the actual value. Actual value. And this one is R4. Okay, so let's run this thing, see if we can get that. All right. So, set fill. So everything will have that set fill as well. So I guess to cancel that, I guess I have to put copy, maybe put somewhere here. Paste it over there. See if this one works or not. Sorry, need the space. Just a space like that. Okay, that's more like it. That is more like it. Okay, so this one will print out every 10. So the increase in value, the delta increase is 10. So if I want to increase by 20 or maybe 40, so we have a lot less data. So that's fine. So see if we can check this value at 40. 40, you are supposed to get theta 3 9.94 and R4 is 70. Okay, we can go back to Onshape, change this to 40, enter. So this one becomes 70.59 and 9.94. So at 40, 9.94 and 70.59 or 589. Okay. At 0, this thing is supposed to be 19.47 and this is 71. We can try 0 here. So 0, this is 71.56 and 19.47. 19.47, 71.56 or 57. All right. Yeah, that's about it. So this is changing, even though theta 2 is defined as double here, but we can equate it to an integer. So it'll identify this thing as a double. I guess it'll change it to a double. All right. Do you have any questions? Should you have any question, you can ask later in the next class. And I think that's about it for me to include in this round of lecture. So I'm gonna stop my. Oh, yeah. So I did not share. I thought I shared.